Okay, I got another batch here. What I want to do is I want to top it off a little bit so it has a little thicker coating on it. And you got to mix this pretty evenly, so you really need a gram scale or a pound scale to mix it with. Don't worry too much about the bubbles right now, but you make sure you scrape the edges real well. Scrape the bottom. You got to mix it for a good couple of minutes. So it's very, very well integrated in there. Because what will happen is if you don't mix it correctly and you don't get the ratio right, you'll end up getting soft gummy spots in the top of the piece. And then what you're going to have to do is you'll have to go back and sand those down, clean those out, and lace a new top coat over the top of it. So what this first coat's going to do is you're going to see there's some little bubbles coming up in there, and that's fine. We'll get rid of those bubbles. That's real simple to get rid of. You just go across there with the torch, and the bubbles just disappear. You don't want to get that torch too close because it'll really start burning stuff. So you don't want to get it too close. I'd rather overmix than undermix because the bubbles will come up out of it. That's no problem. But if you undermix it, then you got a problem with the soft spots. Okay, what we'll do is we'll hit this with the torch real quick. Now we'll come back in a few minutes. We'll hit it with the torch again just to make sure it's all set. As a matter of fact, you're going to get little bubbles, especially where the knots are. You're going to see those coming up. Actually, the best thing to do is do a seal coat over the top of that wood first, and then you come back and do it. But for a small piece like this, I'm not going to worry about it. I wasn't too concerned about it for a small piece like this. I'm going to get some bubbles coming up out of there, but eventually those will fill in and we'll come back. So you can see how the grain of the wood is really popping on this. I'll come over here so you can see it. So here's how the grain of the wood, whoops, let me keep this the right way, is really coming out. And you can see all the little swirls in there. So that's a little different. It's almost like sand going up on the beach there. So basically that's what it is. You got some little bubbles in there. Let me show you how those come out. You can see the bubbles in there, and you watch. Those just disappear. Bubbles they just disappear. So we'll keep an eye on it right now. We've got a few bubbles in it, so we'll keep an eye on it. But that's basically the process. Again, you got to play with it. Like I said, this little area in here, right here, it's kind of cool. It's almost like sand up on a beach, but you know, some people will like it, some people won't. It's just all personal preference. This was just a little quick experiment to show you guys how it works. I mean, you got some little bubbles that appeared over there, and a lot of this was because I'm not temperature controlled. My humidity isn't perfect right here, so I will develop a couple little areas like that, but once it's in a temperature controlled environment, you won't see that. But anyway, there you go. That's it, and we'll show you the finished piece when it's done, when we start unboxing it, taking it out. Okay.